evening, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. This is the Blocko Sports Network, and I'm your host, Blocko Harrington. Tonight, by request of subscriber Liam Kearney, we review the 5 most interesting games from Week 17 of the National Football League as chosen by this Tasty Burrito. Our first game takes us to the chicken wing capital of the modern world, Buffalo, New York, as we witness the dethroning of the regular season media darlings, the Miami Dolphins, and their diminutive Hawaiian rookie quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. Widely heralded as a sparky dark horse playoff disruptor, the Dolphins were summarily caught in gill nets and packed into tuna cans by the Bills starters and backups alike. With Harvard hero and quarterback child safety seat Ryan Fitzpatrick ruled out for the game due to global pandemic, Pele Southpaw schoolboy Tagovailoa showed that his level of play was below the minimum height required to ride the playoff roller coaster. The Bills, on the other hand, have decided that mere victory is insufficient to satisfy their rampant bloodlust. Viking hordes of the Dark Ages look upon Sean McDermott from their glorious perch in Valhalla, and they gasp at his heartless slaughter as the Bills harvest the souls of men. Next up for the Bills in their first playoff matchup are the Indianapolis Colts. A surplus of body bags has already been ordered by NFL officials to deal with the anticipated catastrophe scheduled to unfold in western New York. There was a time in our nation's history when, in order to be granted access to the upper echelons of competition, you needed to display talent, skill, and a firm grasp of the higher elements of your craft. Alas, as Western society has sloughed further into the cesspool of dissipation, we are left with a play-in game of 2 bumbling teams with losing records and the overwhelming stench of failure. In this contest of lesser lights from 2 of this great nation's largest metropolitan regions, we see the inept Dallas Cowboys fall to the only slightly less inept New York Giants. Generations of proud football fans of yore roll in their graves as we are forced to swallow this spectacle. Ginger inclusion activist Andy Dalton emerged from a recent run of good play to remind us why his previous employer sent him packing. While the Giants played the part of the winner in this contest, society as a whole was the true loser on this day. At a time of unprecedented uncertainty, the populace of this great nation are asked to process the following development. The Cleveland Browns are in the NFL playoffs. Scientists have been studying the possibility of this phenomenon for decades, but none truly believed we'd live to see this day. And yet, here we are. Officials are still undetermined if this development signals the impending doom of civilization in a large-scale extinction-level event, but we here at Blocko Sports Network have our suspicions. As such, the Browns are set to contest the playoff rubber match with their Pittsburgh Steelers in Week 1 of the NFL playoffs. Only this time, the Steelers will actually care about winning the game. My fellow citizens, in the event that the Browns win their playoff game, you will be glad that you checked your disaster supplies and bug-out bags today. When a team fancies itself a championship contender, they generally are sufficiently invested in dispatching of lesser opponents with alacrity and efficiency in a show of dominance. However, this is not how the Tennessee Titans go about their business, ladies and gentlemen. Playing the toxic flotsam leftover from Hurricane Bill O'Brien, otherwise known as the Houston Texans, the Titans nearly frittered away their ticket to the playoffs, as well as their right to wear the dented and patina-encrusted crown of the AFC South champions. Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson continued his Sisyphean efforts with torrid play, but alas, he is only one man. Despite his acts of heroism, the wet tissue paper Texans defense found themselves helpless to stop the one play that could have defeated them. Meanwhile, in another point of evidence for the influence of dark spiritual forces run amok in this world of woe, the ghost of Stephen Gostkowski tried to will failure onto Titans replacement kicker Sam Sloman. This plan would have succeeded, but it was overruled at the last moment before the seat of Beelzebub by the patron incubus of Jack Easterby. In our final game, we scuttle our weary hearts to the pit of hell, Philadelphia, to behold the spectacle of calamity so monumental that dirges will be written of it for centuries to come. Having completely ruined the career of once promising young quarterback Carson Wentz, Eagles head coach Doug Peterson's thirst for destruction showed no signs of stopping. Once a middling quarterback prospect himself, Peterson has vowed that no quarterback under his tutelage will rise above his own dismal level of success during his days as a clipboard holder in the league. In the midst of a tightly contested game against division foe Washington football team, Peterson could not resist undermining the nascent infant sparks of confidence and success that rookie throwing running back Jalen Hurts was developing. Peterson, in a fit of efficiency, decided that he would no longer take 4 years to ruin his young quarterback when he could accomplish this in a single season. Still unsatisfied, Peterson went for the daily double and threw unprepared third-string quarterback Nate Sudfeld into the inferno so that he too could have his career immolated by Peterson's manic schemes. Sadly, America's best days are well and truly behind her now as we see these displays of willful self-destruction unfold before us. And thus, it is with welcoming sighs of relief that we embrace the end of the 2020 NFL regular season. May God have mercy on our souls. Good night and be well, America. Like, share, subscribe. The fabric of society depends on it. Be a good American, damn it.